Here we have a city math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Ashley and Beth drove from city A to city B in exactly 5 hours, not taking rest stops. Ashley drove up to the area located halfway between the two cities at the average speed of 40 miles per hour. And then Beth drove the other half at an average speed of 60 miles per hour. How many hours did Beth drive on that trip? Okay, now let me draw a line which represents the total distance from city A to city B. Okay, let's say that city A is over here and city B is over here. And now let me take a point between A and B, that is M. And also let me assume M is the midpoint of this AB, that is the length of this AM, the length of this MB must be equal. And since this AB represents the distance of between the two cities A and B, this AM represents the first half A, which is driven by Ashley, and this MB represents the second half A, which is driven by Beth. Okay, so here Ashley drives at the speed of 40 miles per hour. Let me write the stuff over here. And also Beth drives the rate of 60 miles per hour. Let me write over here. Okay, the total time taken to travel from city A to city B is 5 hours. Okay, now we have to find the time taken by Beth in hours to drive on that trip. So this is a half a driven by Beth, and let's assume that Beth takes X hours to drive this half a, that is the distance from M to B. Then what is the time taken by Ashley to drive the first half a, that is from A to M? So that is clearly 5 negative X, because the total time taken by both Ashley and Beth is 5 hours. If Beth takes X hours, then the time taken by Ashley has to be 5 negative X hours. Okay, let me write the stuff over here. Okay, now let's calculate the distance from A to M, because we know the speed of 40 and also we know the time. So there is a formula to find the distance. What is the formula to find the distance? So that is speed has to be multiplied by time. So here the speed is 40 and the time is 5 negative X. Sorry. Okay, now let's calculate the distance from M to B. That is MB equals to, so here the same formula, that is the speed 60 has to be multiplied by the time taken, that is 60 times X. Okay, we know that the distance from A to M, the distance from M to B must be equal, because M is the midpoint. This is the first half A, this is the second half A. So this stuff and this stuff must be equal. That is the distance from A to M, the distance from M to B must be equal. That is 40 times 5 negative X equals to 60X. Okay, now we have to solve for X in this equation, which represents the number of hours, that is the time taken by Beth to drive his trip. Okay, now let's distribute this 40 to this 5, and X, 40 times 5 is 200, and 40 times negative X is negative 40X, and equals to 60X. Okay, now let me add 40X to both sides. When I do so, this negative 40X, positive 40X will cancel out. I am getting 200. On the right side, I am getting 100X. Okay, now let me continue over here. That is 200 equals to 100X. Okay, my aim is to solve for X. For that, I have divide both sides of this equation by 100. Then this 100 will cancel out. When I divide 200 by 100, I am getting 2. On the right side, we get X. I got X equals to 2. So already we have assumed X as the number of hours of time taken by Beth to drive on that trip. Since we got X equals to 2, Beth has taken 2 hours to drive on their trip, and we find this 2 in answer choice B. The correct answer choice for this question is B.